What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the series. Now that we have that nerdy information of supplies out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into some fun stuff and learn how to actually paint with watercolor. Today we're going to be talking about flat washes and how you can paint the perfect one for yourself. So roll that intro and let's jump into this. When painting the perfect flat wash, there are three things you need to consider: ratio, tilt, and bead. Ratio stands for the paint to water consistency you have as well as the amount of paint you create. If you are doing a larger flat wash, you will want to create a larger paint mixture in your palette. When painting a flat wash, a big no-no is stopping midway to mix more paint. Timing is crucial when painting the perfect flat wash, as you will see in a moment. Tilt refers to the tilt of your board. If you have ever wondered why watercolor artists stretch or tape down their watercolor paper, this is the reason, especially when working with a super watery mixture. By tilting the board just slightly, it allows gravity to work with you and pull the paint downward in a more controlled motion. One thing we do not want is our paint puddling in random areas on the page. These puddles create those random textures that, while pretty, are undesirable when painting a flat wash. And this brings us to our final category, the bead. When talking about the bead of a wash, this refers to those little droplets, or that large droplet actually, that you are pushing around on the paper. This droplet or bead is the key to moving your paint around easily and seamlessly. Your goal while painting a flat wash is to move the bead downward in a left to right or right to left motion without allowing it to become too large or too small in the process. Now, what is the reason for this? The reason is because if your bead is too large, it may potentially drip down your paper, causing this unwanted line of color. But what if your bead is too small? Well, this is where our crucial watercolor secrets come in. Well, not really entirely, but I wish someone had told me this when I was starting watercolor. While you are painting, you are going to run out of paint in your brush and need to place more paint on the page. Where you should place this paint in order to create a smooth transition is in the bead. However, if your bead is too small, you may get a watery texture or a transition from a lighter to a deeper color, which this is exactly what we don't want. So learning to control that bead and the size of that bead is crucial when you're trying to control your watercolor. And that is a brief explanation of how to paint the perfect flat wash. Once you've practiced this, try playing around with different shapes other than the ordinary rectangle form. This is great for practicing, but in all honesty, you rarely paint a rectangle block in an illustration. Learning how to manipulate shapes with this technique is going to be your next priority. And that is all for this lesson. If you want to keep up with me and learn more about watercolor or even my upcoming watercolor poppy course, make sure to sign up for the newsletter. The link is provided down below. As always, y'all, it's been a pleasure, and I will see you next time.